Emergency services are on high alert this afternoon as persistent rain has caused flooding in some parts of the province. The South African Weather Service has warned residents about disruptive rain as well as possible flooding in the province. Now, informal settlements are also vulnerable at this time, and same goes for the low-lying bridges. Motorists are urged to steer clear of such bridges should there be any flooding. Let's look at how the situation is in the city of Johannesburg, because we've given you a sense of how things have unfolded in Tshwane. We speak to EMS Spokesperson Nana Radebe-Kgiba. Thank you so much for your time, Nana. There are reports that the rain has caused widespread flooding, especially in some parts of Johannesburg, looking at Bryanston as well as Douglasdale, said to be the most affected. Are these the only areas of concern this afternoon?
We've had much of areas that were reported. Earlier, we've had incidents in Soweto and around Orange Farm, but these were just roads that had flooded. As soon as we were there with the aquatic unit to check the areas, most of the roads had cleared as the rain had subsided this morning.
Let's then look at the Jukskei River. We always are concerned about the people living around that area, especially should it rain as persistently as it has been. Any concerns around there?
Definitely, we are concerned. We were there this morning with the aquatic rescue unit just to check the water levels around Alexandra. We know that if it rains continuously, the water levels will rise, which becomes dangerous for people that are living in those low-lying areas. At this moment, we are happy that the rain has subsided, but we'll continuously check the area and areas around Diepsloot and Orange Farm and parts of Soweto, where we have streams that usually flood, that we have deemed high-risk areas when it rains continuously.
Given what you're saying, then I take it there won't be any need to start some conversations around possible evacuation procedures?
Not at this moment, but we are in contact with the South African Weather Services. As soon as we receive a heads up of any flash floods or any rain that is going to continue for the night, we'll definitely do engage in that with that issue.
What about damage to property? Has anything been reported on that front?
Fortunately, it's just a few houses that were around Dobsonville where we've received calls. But when we went again later today, the rain had subsided and the water levels had come down. So we are not worried per se for now in Johannesburg, but we'll keep a look at the rain and see how far we can assist and what messages we can give as soon as we receive any heads up from the South African Weather Services.
And listening to that, I mean, you talk about houses, you talk about people that are within confined structures with their families. I wonder, what this means for people who are homeless, because these persistent rains have really wreaked havoc in several parts, and that would even include some of the structures which they call home. I wonder how then are you dealing with that particular situation around homelessness and individuals who don't have shelter, especially during weather patterns like this one?
Fortunately, we've not responded to any incidents of homeless people, but we, however, do urge that if there are any, for them to move to a safer place. It has been raining continuously. Yesterday, everyone was worried. We've seen the level of rain that we've had in Johannesburg, and we thought then would have major incidents. It's just fortunate that we are sitting here without any major incidents.
All right, Nana, thank you so much for putting us in the picture. We'll keep tabs on the work of the EMS throughout the course of the weekend to see if there are any further reports. That's EMS spokesperson Nana Radebe-Kgiba. As the EMS warns there, please avoid low-lying bridges, especially when it's flooded. Also, try to get to a place of safety if you don't have shelter. And also just saying that, people just need to be cautious, especially around this time, and saying that there's been some damage to some of the houses. We'll continue to monitor the situation, as it also looks like, the rains are wreaking havoc in the city of Tshwane.